The headlines: protest enters day 2 in Abuja, Lagos, Rivers and other states. Despite 24 hours curfew, protests continue in Jigawa, the Jigawa state capital. Improvised explosive device kills one and injures 11 in Maiduguri. And on the international scene, Turkey marks a day of national mourning for slain Hamas leader. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. Nigerians taking part in the nationwide hunger protest say they will not stop until the federal government meets their demands. Speaking with Trust TV's Noel Sampson, who was monitoring their exercise, which is now on its second day in the FCT, some residents said they will continue hitting the streets until day 10 to press home their demands. The report.
Before, maybe like that I be big, but now because of discounts over, see where I come stealing like that.
The Day 2 protest started at the Berger roundabout, where the protesters were seen chanting different solidarity songs and carrying placards with different inscriptions. Not too long into the protest, the police started firing tear gas at protesters who were via a court order asked to restrict their protests to the National Stadium, Abuja. At the stadium, the protesters alluded the biting economic policies which have led to the pervasive hunger in the land as reasons for the protest and vowed not to stop until the president meets the demands.
We're here for the Day 2 of the Days of Rage, the End Bad Governance protest in Nigeria. It's simply to make very fundamental requests. One, which is the reversal of fuel subsidy. You all agree that fuel subsidy removal has done us a whole lot of bad as a people and a nation. It has heightened our hardship, the hunger is unprecedented, and this needs to be reversed. I understand in the subsidy regime there's a whole lot of criminality, but you don't want to kill corruption and kill the citizens in part of it. You should have analyzed and understood how many million liters of fuel is consumed in Nigeria. Kill the corruption in the subsidy regime and not Nigerians.
If you practice democracy, you know that the right to protest is a fundamental right, even in the African Charter of the Peoples and Human Rights, in the United Nations Charter, and in the Nigerian Constitution. Where you say, if you go to chapter 4, you have section 39 that talks about freedom of speech, section 40 about freedom of association, section 41 about freedom of movement. So the government must know that whatever they are using the security agencies to do to press the peaceful nature of this protest, and even sponsoring co-protesters. For days before this protest, there were people protesting against this protest. Nothing happened to them. There were people protesting that this protest should not happen. Nothing happened to them. Now protest is happening, and there's something going on. There's so much manpower being deployed. If that same manpower has been deployed against banditry, our farmlands would have been saved. So we can't continue to deploy manpower negatively. The Nigerian Constitution is a fundamental right that must be obeyed by those in government. Those in government, we are not beholden to them. Nigerian people are not supposed to be genuflecting anytime they see those in government. It is those in government who should be afraid if there's a democratic election.
We are here, as citizens, to actually, keep to our promise that we are going to protest from August 1st to 10th. That is, if government complies with our demands. If they don't comply, we actually continue the protest.
I will also beg my northern brothers and sisters that they should calm down with the rates they have vandalized this government property, because I will still use this money to go and repair these things. So please stop burning police stations. It wouldn't help us. We are coming out in our numbers to protest against bad governance. We are coming out in our numbers to protest against the inflation rate. We are coming down. There is nothing that I've seen this government do that has pleased me since this government entered. So I am begging the president, come and address us in 24 hours, please.
The protesters marched towards the Eagle Square, but were stopped by security personnel before getting there. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The nationwide hunger protest that began this Thursday, August 1st, has resulted in a shutdown of all businesses, particularly in the Agege area of Lagos State. Vehicular movement was also interrupted, including operations at the Agege main market, as all shops remain under lock and key. Victoria Tokolo has more in this report.
Agege area of Lagos State, one of the most populated areas in the state, is now looking empty and deserted. The expressway is also empty, with only few private vehicles on the road, as residents resorted to trekking long distances to their destinations. Some traders and shop owners in Agege spoke on the effect of the protest on their business operations.
Discovered that they said there is going to be a protest. That's why most of the people are not opened and they don't see anything happen. You can see all the shops are closed. Maybe people are afraid of what is going to happen. So that's it.
It's likely to be people are afraid because they don't know what is going to be the outcome of the protest. Though the protesters are not yet around here yet, but people want to see how the matter will be before the day will have run out. So that's why people are afraid. They don't open shop. There's no movement. People want to see how far yet.
Everybody's afraid of what is happening. Nobody wants to open because of what happened to EndSARS. Not happening again because we lost so many things in EndSARS. So many of us lost many things in EndSARS. So we don't want the condition to happen again. That is why everybody's locked, not open.
At the main park, commercial vehicle owners have parked their vehicles as there are no passengers, causing the transport business to come to a standstill. Commercial bus drivers who are idling around the park, waiting for passengers, share their perspectives on the hunger protest.
It's because of the protest that is going on in this country today. As you can see, everywhere is there. So a lot of people didn't come outside today. I don't know if they are afraid of the protest, so I believe that is why people do not come outside.
But it's okay now. So what they will not allow the Oolong to take it over. The process is okay. We are okay with it now. Let everybody protest. Let me protest for our incoming generation to know what is happening in this country. Because hunger is everywhere. You cannot tolerate it anymore.
We are not getting passenger because people hope. They thought there is protest. So people did not come outside because everybody is fighting for his life.
On the whole, the protesters, as well as those not protesting, are urging the federal government to take necessary actions to reduce the price of fuel, which is seen as the primary driver of soaring food prices in the country. Adding that, if that is done, the situation would have been addressed to a large extent.
Despite 24 hours curfew imposed by Jigawa state government, hundreds of youths continue to protest against the hardship for the second day in some parts of Dutse, capital in Jigawa state. Currently, combined team of security agencies are battling with protesters around Zay area of the city to block them from going to the commercial area and other major public buildings and stores. According to one of the residents of Zay quarters, thousands of youth who were chanting different slogans, including inviting military to take over the nation, have resisted the tear gas thrown to disperse them by the security. However, at Shuarin area in an outskirts of Dutse, thousands of youths have regrouped and continue with the demonstration for the second day. The protesters who are attempting to get into the state capital center are blocked by heavy security who barricaded the road and heavily tear gassed the area. An eyewitness in Shuarin area has confirmed that youths, including underage boys, were arrested by the police.
This is reporting live in Buhari area council. This is movement. Hunger protest has taken up here in Dutse area. The hunger protest is live here.
Joining us via phone call is our own Ali Rabiu Ali in Jigawa to give us an update on the situation. Good afternoon or good evening, Ali.
No, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are aware of this protest that people are still coming out even after the curfew. What is the situation like currently?
Yeah, currently the situation is a little bit calm as the securities are tight in the area where the youths, angry youths, come out en masse and trying to invade it and scatter the public properties and government properties around Shuarin, Gumel, and other outskirts of Jigawa state. And now the situation is coming down as some people were arrested that involved in trying to destroy some properties, many properties, both the government and public properties or private properties along the road where the protest is taking place have been scattered. They are scattering, they are chanting different slogans of at least that they don't like the hardship and the governments. The chanting is you cannot, sometimes you cannot even understand what they're saying because many people, they are saying different chantings that you cannot even grasp understand the messages at once. You know, you see the little children, youths, angry youths are coming out. That is why it's difficult for police and other security agencies to control around that place, because if they wanted to fire tear gas or fire, anything can happen. You know, it could be damages of lives and other properties around the area. That is why the police are trying to at least make it the way people not injured or loss of lives.
Yeah, so we hear that there is underage kids coming out also for this protest, and even the arrest by the police. Is the security agencies in Jigawa saying anything about the underage children? Like, normally I know they should not be arrested because they are not up to age. Are they saying anything about the implications of what they are doing?
Yeah. Normally what they are advising people, they should not allow the children come out because anything can happen when they disperse the crowd of the youths. They might run on the children, and the children definitely some will die or got injured. So this is the problem. But you know, sometimes the children are not being controlled by the parents. Their male parents, and the fathers are not around, and actually the control of the mother is not that static that they can control all the children, because you know, northern Nigeria, we have many children that is easily to control in this kind of thing that is happening. And sometimes youth used to put the children in front, or they put it within them to at least combat them. So, you know, security people cannot fire tear gas or do something that could at least damage or injure the little children that they are innocent of.
Yeah. So how are the security agents? Are they able to control? You know, the protesters that
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now the situation is calm. Currently, the situation is calm because the security agencies control these areas we reported before.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Ali Rabiu. We'll definitely reach out to you for subsequent update.
Thank you so much. Looking forward.
All right, moving on, still on the protest, the number of arrests from the looting that marred the protest against hunger and hardship in Kano State by the police has risen to 326. The command spokesperson, Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, made this known during a press briefing and parading of suspects held on Friday. He said the command wishes to address and clarify the recent deliberate, false and mischievous news circulating on social media platforms concerning the photos of suspects and exhibits involved in the destruction and looting of public and private properties under the guise of the planned #End Bad Governance nationwide protest. He said, contrary of the misleading, unverified social media reports that some of the images were posted sometimes in 2011 are false and baseless. These despicable acts are calculated attempts by enemies of peace to tarnish the reputable image of the Nigerian police. The CP commended the Kano State government for prompt intervention of imposing the 24-hour curfew. He calls on parents, guardians, and the law-abiding people of the state who saw their wards with looted properties to voluntarily return same to the nearest police station. The Borno State Police Command has said that an improvised explosive device in another attack in Maiduguri resulted in the death of one male victim, with 11 others sustaining various degrees of injuries. The police commissioner, Yusuf Lawal, disclosed this on Friday while providing a situation report to Nigeria. He said the incident occurred during a protest against bad governance at Deribe Junction near Federal Government Girls College, Mongono Annex, Bulum Kutu area, Maiduguri. Lawal said that the injured victims were taken to the State Specialist Hospital, Maiduguri, for treatment, while the corpse was given for autopsy. He said that the police swiftly deployed personnel of the Explosive Ordnance Device Base 13, who probed the scene and rendered the area around a filling station safe. This is Trust News Update. Coming up, meat sellers in Lagos lament revenue losses over hunger protests. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. The virtual protest enters day 2 in Abuja, Lagos, Rivers, and other states. And despite 24 hours curfew, protests continue in Dutse, Jigawa state capital. Moving on day 2 of the End Bad Governance protests, Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, is quiet. The Melford Okilo Road, which witnessed the main activities of the protests on day 1, is empty and quiet, with motorists and commuters as well as residents are going about their normal businesses. Trust TV's correspondent Friday AP Mobile Peters reports.
Neither End Bad Government protesters nor pro-tinubu demonstrators in any part of the state as the protest enters the second day. Like the first day, security operatives mounted strategic point to quell any violence while continuing their patrol on the major roads.
They say that we should not go out today. Our government said that we should not go out to protest. That is why.
Actually speaking, I'm not happy. Because of what they're passing through, the hunger is serious. Yes, things are difficult to people see coming in. I used to buy this Gary. Too bad. Now this is a buying a cost. You see, it will tell you that things are really difficult. You see, with the people now, there is hunger in the land. So I'm not happy. You see, so I really wanted to protest, but the power that be said not protest. So we have to pay them. That's why I have to protest.
So before, cost out of them was 500. Now it's 3,000. Even plantain before 500 naira, 400 naira, but now 1,000, 2,000 naira. Even cost out of beans before was 3,000 naira, but now it's 7,000 naira. So government will look into it.
Some motor parks and markets, like the popular Polo Market, were bustling with trading activities as there were also free flow of traffic in Yanagwa, unlike the first day.
100 naira. Now how much? 1,000. 1,200. Now not be watch television. I don't know if you do anything. No light from my house. Only darkness. And I bring price under. Now is cheap. Now like cheap. Maybe sheep. Each one would buy 17 naira. Now 200.
Today, all of us are suffering. Both either you vote APCO, you vote LUPO, you vote PDPO, all of us are suffering it. Now they say that Igbo people will come and join them. We say no, let them do the protest, let them continue protesting that place. We Igbos, we are not protesting.
Tombia Runabout, the designated point of gathering of the protesters, remained deserted as none of protesters showed up. From Yanagwa, Friday, Ebimobowe, Peter, Trust TV News.
Protests in Lagos has shut down many businesses and commercial activities. At the popular Lagos Abattoir, the situation is the same as the slaughter and animal market did not operate due to the ongoing protest. Trust TV's Abbas Ibrahim Dalibi now reports.
There was no commercial activities at popular Lagos Abattoir, where at least 1,500 cows were usually slaughtered on daily basis. Since the protest began on Thursday, no animals has been slaughtered. Mansur Muhammad is a butcher. He said the situation has affected their means of livelihood.
To kasancewan wannan zanga-zanga da ake ta magana.
The traders and butchers in the market were forced to idle away, while some others resorted to playing football. Abdurrauf Suleiman, another trader, disclosed that the protest has paralyzed business activities in the market.
Sometimes if there is market, you can see maybe more than 50 trailers enter this place, cows from north. Due to this protest, so like our people from north now are afraid to food. They are
Traders from the north are avoiding transporting animals to the market due to fear of unknown. Tahir Jibrin is the youth leader of the traders in the market. He said many of them resolved to play football as they see no reason to participate in the protest. We resolved to play football in our market since the market is not operating and we have no reason to go out and protest. On his part, Abdullahi Hussein disclosed that the aim of the protest in Lagos has been achieved. We are happy that protest has paralyzed business activities here in Abattoir. Government is making revenue of not less than 10 million naira on daily basis. Now that it was stopped by the protest, they will listen to the protesters and make life better for the masses. While the protests affect many businesses in Lagos, it is not the same in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, where people were out in their various places of works and market. Abbas Ibrahim Dalibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
On the international scene, flags were flown at half-mast across Turkey and at its mission overseas on Friday as the country marks a day of national mourning for Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh. He was assassinated on Tuesday in the Iranian capital, which Tehran and other countries in the region have blamed on Israel. Israel has not confirmed or denied its involvement in his death. It had pledged to kill him and other Hamas leaders over the group's 7th October attack on Israel last year, in which some 1,200 Israelis died and more than 250 were taken hostage. On Friday, Israel summoned the deputy Turkish ambassador for a reprimand after Turkey's embassy in Tel Aviv lowered its flag. A fire has ripped through a building in the Philippine capital's Chinatown early Friday, killing 11 people. Authorities said people screamed as flames leapt out of the upper floor windows of the 5-story mixed-use building in Manila's Binondo district. The city's fire bureau said more than 30 fire trucks rushed to the scene, getting the morning blaze under control about 2 hours later. Rescue personnel later found the bodies of 11 people in upstairs residential units. Senior Inspector Michael Ignacio of the Manila Fire District said 6 bodies were found on the 2nd floor and 5 more on the 3rd floor. In sports, the boss of the Belgian Jupiler Pro League side Club Brugge, Nick Hyen, has confirmed that Super Eagles midfielder Ralph Onyedika will depart the club this summer. The Nigerian international sustained an injury last season during the opening game of the season against KV Michelin. While speaking ahead of the weekend game, Hyen hinted they have to concentrate on other players as Onyedika will leave. Clubs in the Saudi Pro League and the English Premier League have tabled offers for the Nigerian international. And also, Favour Ofili did not participate in the women's 100-meter heats at the Paris Olympics, which started on Friday. Recall that the 22-year-old sprinter and Louisiana State University student revealed that she was not included among the country's representatives for the Olympics. Sadly, Ofili did not make it for the women's 100-meter heats despite Nigeria's appeal for her to be registered. Only 2 Nigerian athletes will now compete in the women's 100-meter heats: Rosemary Chukwuma, heat 5, and Tima Godbless, heat 7. Chukwuma will be running from lane 5 in heat 5. She's up against Ewa Swobodia and Dina Asher-Smith, while Godbless will be racing from lane 3 in heat 7. She's up against Jima Bass and Kambunchi. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.